Everybody.
Are we working? All right, I think we're ready to go. Oh, come on. What is going on here? There we go. Just got to wait for the Boys ad to go away. All right. So that's working. Let's turn that on. And let's see if you can hear me. Or see if I can hear myself. See if you can hear me. Yep, there we are. So I can shut that off. And as always, Chris, I'm sure, will throw that up as part of the video that goes up tomorrow. So, all right, we are about ready to go. It's been a couple of weeks. I got back from vacation on Friday afternoon. I'm still dragging butt here a little bit, so energy level might be a little bit lower than what it normally is, but we'll go as long as we can here. So I want to welcome those of you who are in already. My name is Aaron. For those of you who don't know that, I have been posting stuff, or I guess hosting stuff on GM Games, both Twitch and YouTube now for a couple of years. I did a Colorado Rockies playthrough last year in Out of the Park 22. We chose the Arizona Diamondbacks here in Out of the Park 23. And on my own personal YouTube channel, which is right there, I have an Oakland A's save. And it hasn't been great, truth be told. We're in 2028, so we are, whatever that is, 7 seasons in. And we've made the postseason twice. I thought we had turned the corner kind of here in 25 and 26, where we won 85 games and 88 games. Then we slipped back to 75 wins a year ago, and the offseason was not kind to us. Our hope was that we were going to be able to bring in a top-end starter, and that just didn't happen. It just didn't materialize. So we settled for Rafael Devers on a 3-year contract with 2 team options. We do have some money potentially going into next season, but a lot of that's going to depend on how well we play. I mean, right now you can see our revenue per game is up almost 30%. But if we play like crap, that number will drop, as will that number. It's been a while, honestly, since I've even looked at this. I recorded all of my videos for last week prior to going on vacation. So it's been about 10 days since I've played. Fan interest up to a 75, which is good. Fan loyalty is still poor. It used to be whatever was below poor, which was, pathetic or something like that. So that's gone up. Market size is still small. Those two things are going to kill us. From a salary perspective, not a whole lot to talk about, really. This is the last year of Julio Lujan's initial big contract. We signed him as an international free agent when he was 21, 22, something like that. And he's been really good. I mean, I guess maybe depending on he hasn't been worth $40 million. There's no way to sugarcoat that. He hasn't been worth $40 million, but he's been a good player. I mean, he's put up 4 really solid seasons for us. Next year, his ARB number drops to 22, so we're going to save some money there. We have quite a large number of contracts that are expiring at the end of this season, so we should have some money to kind of screw around with free agency a little bit, which will be nice, because the one thing we definitely need is pitching. That's been an issue for us really since the beginning of this series, and it continues to be a problem. Right now, Our top two pitchers are our top two starting pitchers, I should say, are let's do it this way. Let's get potential. Are Adam Mazur and Fran Avisaman. Mazur we picked up a couple years ago from Oakland. He was okay a couple years ago. He wasn't terrible last year. I mean, the ERA plus was a little low. Walked too many batters, which given his control is a bit of a surprise. And Visaman, who we picked up from Texas a year ago. Another pitcher, 3 good pitches, decent stuff, good movement, good control. Have I found? No, I found it harder. I found it harder, honestly, Josh. A part of how I play the game, though, it makes it inherently hard to pick up young players. I found that the draft, especially, has more talented hitters than it does pitchers, so you have to really be willing to skip on a talented bat to get a pitcher that may work out. So far, at least in this playthrough and my Oakland A's playthrough, I found it to be harder to develop pitchers. It hasn't been great so far. It has not been great so far. I hope that changes. We have some decent pitchers in our system. Nobody that's really great, but a couple of decent ones. Chase Shores is okay. Jackson Kahn is okay. Yeah, like Omari and Caminiti was probably the best pitcher we drafted. We drafted him first in the first round, 26 overall, and his ratings they all dropped. His overall, he went from a 4-star down to a 3-star. He's now down to a 2-star pitcher. So I found it harder. So if you have any suggestions, I'm all ears. But we got a ton of talent in the low minors, like our international, and you look at some of these players. DeLucas is the number 12 prospect in baseball. He's going to be just a mammoth third baseman. Zamora is going to be a very good shortstop. We picked up a couple of pitchers over the last couple of seasons. Mario Sepulveda, we got him at the end of the 2027 season. Espinoza looks like a pretty good pitcher, high work ethic. So we've got some talent. We just have to not screw it up. And we are spending money on player development. You can see $18 million on both scouting and development. The Jays are sort of easy mode with their payroll and career. Yeah, I mean, it's easy to screw up too, though. They've got some bigger contracts. They've got Kevin Gausman. That's a fairly large contract. You've got Ryu. That's a fairly large contract. So you can screw it up really easily with Toronto. But yeah, you're in good shape with Vlad and Bo and Gabriel Moreno and Teoscar Hernandez. You've got some good pieces there for sure. So so I guess it's time to just sort of get ready to get started here. It's opening day. We don't have a game today. Of course, we're taking on the Dodgers tomorrow. I don't know that there's anything else we need to do other than maybe look at the waiver wire. We're always looking for pitching. We always need pitching. Victor Gonzalez isn't a bad piece, but it's $5.8 million. I'd rather not take the contract if I can. I guess it doesn't really matter, right? We have the money to spend. He's a lefty. What do his ratings look like? He's really good against lefties, just sort of average against righties. Who would he replace on our pitching staff? Who would he replace? Really take your pick. Calderon, Gunnar Meyer, Jamie Melendez. Yeah, I think it might, especially if he's insignificant. I was hoping maybe he was popular. Personality, not personality. Popularity. Do we have anybody who's popular? Woods Richardson. We could claim him. Very popular locally. He was good in AAA last year. I think we claimed Simeon Woods Richardson. I don't don't want to do that. I want to claim. Okay. What's going on here? Did somebody else claim him? Where is he? Oh, I already claimed him. I must have done that last episode. Like I said, I haven't played in like 10 days, so I kind of forget what I do. So, all right, so apparently I already claimed Simeon Woods Richardson. Anybody else that we want to claim? Peyton Stovall. Meh. He looks okay. We don't really need a bat. And there's nobody here that's going to be... Wes Cathla's okay. Yeah. No, we'll just stick with what we've done. I got my iced coffee. I spent last week in northern Wisconsin, and so I ate a lot of cheese. And I got this stuff. It's called Palo Popcorn. It's white cheddar cheese, and holy crap, it's good. Wander Franco, 5 hits on opening day. Brett Phillips with 3 home runs on opening day. Wow. All right, here we go. Taking on the Dodgers. See how season number 8 gets started for us. We're going to have a lot of generation of seasons and stuff for the first week or so. Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be another slightly below average season. Woods Richardson went to the Twins in the Berrios deal. Yeah, he did. I mean, we're 6 seasons or 8 seasons into this at this point. But, yeah, he was actually claimed by Seattle. Minnesota waived him. Seattle claimed him, and he spent whatever it is, 8 seasons in their minor league system. All right, so we went opening day 6-2. Yeah, that was quite a trade. It was Woods Richardson and Austin Martin, right, for Berrios. It's a pretty good haul for the Twins there. So we win 6-2 on opening day. We get a couple of hits, couple RBIs from Lawler, 2 RBIs from Johnson, Lawler, and Pomares. Mazur goes 5. Okay, that works. And we need to... Can we send... I don't know if we're even going to be able to send... Like, can anybody go down? Okay. So I guess we send out Miles Jansen. Wasn't quite what I had in mind, but that will work for that. So they'll both be middle relievers. Let's make him a middle relief. And yeah, so we went on opening day. All right, so we got 2 more games against the Dodgers. That one's a 6-4 loss. Vissamon gets hurt. How'd he do on opening day? Went 4 2/3, gave up 3 runs, walked 5. Of course, Richardson comes in, gives up a couple runs. I don't think we're going to be very good this year, and that's a little discouraging, but... Hey, Breeze, how are you? Steph Curry is unbelievable, and I don't know how else to say it. Steph Curry is absolutely unbelievable. I could do without Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson is a little baby, but Steph Curry is unbelievable. So we lose 2 in a row. Melendez goes on the DL. So I guess that means that Jansen comes right back up. And we lose 2 out of 3 to... So we're going to... Let's make him use more often. Make Jansen middle relief. Yuck. So 1 and 2 so far. Green and Clay shook hands. Well, I mean, whatever. I mean, Klay Thompson is a hypocrite. There's a video floating around of him saying that LeBron needs to be a man and get over it when the fans in Golden State did the same thing to him. So whatever. I mean, he's the big baby, but whatever. I mean, they were able to win a game. They were able to win game 4. And, good for them, I guess. We'll see what happens tomorrow night. We lose again. Yeah. It's not a great start here, guys. 1-3. There we go. We bounce back with a win. So we win 2 of our first 5. Pomares 3 for 5. Having off to a really nice start. 3 home runs, 7 knocked in. Tamar Johnson 3 for 5. DL Hall pitches 6 shutout. Yeah, the issue is going to be our pitching staff. I mean, offensively, we're fine. Offensively, we have very few issues, but our pitching is so bad. I don't know that it's going to be anywhere close to good enough to keep us afloat. And we don't really, there are no reinforcements, right? At least none in the immediate. There are no reinforcements in the immediate. We got a couple of decent catchers in Antonio Gomez and Patrick Bailey. And then we have RJ Rickabaugh, who we picked up in the 15th round back in 2022. Is there any interest in giving us a starting pitcher this way? I mean, there are some options here. Are any of them any good? Not so far. Yeah, so Breeze, I'm not really, whatever. Yeah, they talk, and if you can back it up, you can back it up, and if you can't, you just shouldn't talk, and Draymond hasn't been able to back it up. Some would argue that Clay didn't back it up either, but, they won, and that's all that matters. So tomorrow night is the big one, though. Tomorrow night is the big one for sure. Those are some, they're okay. They're flawed just like Rickabaugh is. I don't know what I was expecting here, but I keep hoping that maybe there's a team that just really overvalues and says, here, take this, 4-star 25-year-old or something stupid like that. That'll obviously never happen, but that's the hope. All right, we're going to keep going. It's still way, I don't want to make any major decisions off of 5 games, but see where we stand month and a half into this. And if you find me moving around a lot here tonight, I apologize. I did a lot of driving over the last week, so my back is kind of stiff and sore. We got a 4-game home series now against the Reds. Okay, so back-to-back wins gets us back to 500. Lujan with a 4 for 5, 3 RBI game. Yeah, offensively, I think we're going to be more than okay. It's just, can we get even league average pitching? If we can be 9th in pitching, or something like that, that puts us in a decent place given our offense. And hopefully we can draw enough fans to have some money to spend next season because 2-0 loss. Good pitching, no hitting in that one. Because I think there are some decent... Shane Baz is the big one. For some reason, he accepted the qualifying offer, and then Tampa immediately put him on the trade block, but we can't get him. They're not interested in trading him to us. Elchris Olivares. I have no players that'll make this work. Really? And again, it's still way too early to make a deal, but I'm just kind of curious what these sorts of things will take. I'm not trading him. Yeah, I can't even get a 3-star pitcher. And I had somebody in the comments the other day say that I'm hamstringing myself too much with the trade difficulty. And that's probably accurate. But it's just how I've always played. I've always played with trade difficulty on the highest level, and yeah, it's just how I've always played. I feel like it's too easy to game the AI when you do it the other direction. When if you move, I do. I mean, I should say that it's not like I don't have it set. Like I don't have this on favorite prospects, which would make it next to impossible. But I like having trading difficulty all the way up. Makes it a challenge. Makes it a challenge for sure. So we've won 3 out of 4. Looking for 3 out of 4 against the Reds. I get caught up on my shows. Last week I missed The Boys. I missed Obi-Wan. Yeah, I got like 2 weeks of each of those shows to watch. So another big win. Another good game for Lujan. He's got 12 RBIs in our first 9 games. Yordis Valdez, who he picked up last season for his glove, has gotten out of the gates hitting the ball quite well. Tamar Johnson at 390. We're getting enough pitching. Rodriguez goes 5, gives up 2 runs. We're 5-4 through 9. Did you guys watch any of those shows? I absolutely love The Boys. I think it's Obi-Wan is I the last one I watched, I think I only missed one. The last one I watched was when Obi-Wan saw Anakin, all that fire. I think that was not this past Friday, but the Friday before that. So I think I'm only one Obi-Wan episode short. So probably watch that tonight when I'm done streaming. Lujan continues to just mash the ball out of the gates here for us, which is great. DL Hall picks up his second win. I made Marquez a stopper, and so far so good. It's only 4 games, but it works. Game 2 against the Nats. So we've won, 5 out of 6 now? It's a decent run here. 6 out of 7. We win again. 4 wins in a row. Rafael Devers with his first home run as a member of the Diamondbacks. Valdez hits his 3rd. Mazur's 3-0. Bullpen settling down a bit. And we look for the sweep of Washington. We get it, and Lujan is out for a week to 2. So, of course. So, just as we, start to play really, really well, we lose our big bat. Vissamon goes 6 shutout. Marquez gets the win. And here's the thing. I think the DL in this league is, 19 days? Yeah, I don't want to put him on the disabled list for 19 days. So I think we just stick Flores out in right field. I don't even have him playing against lefties. We'll just stick him out in right field. And, yeah, I don't want to put him on the DL. I don't want to lose him for 19 days. Hire John Farrell as a PC is a cheat code in this game. As a Red Sox fan, I have a problem with that. Where is he? He retired. I can't. Did I just crash the game? I just crashed the game. Okay. Well, thankfully, I only played like 10 games or something, so bear with me. NSOP, that's your fault. Your fault. All good. All right, so that sucks because we were like 8-4 or something. We got off to a really good start. At least we didn't get like 3 months into it and crash. That's happened to me on this stream. All right, so at least we got our opening day win still locked in, so that's good. All right. So let's go in here and let's make him the stopper like we had it before. Make Sanchez a reliever. And just kind of run with this for now. Yeah, oops. Set game strategy, easier than messy. Yeah, I know. You're right. That's probably how I should do it. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt this time around. Hopefully we can win. We had won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row, 7 out of 8. So we'll see what happens in run number 2. We started 1-2 Yeah, we lost 3 in a row, then we won the last game in Houston. All right, so we're already off to a better start than we were before. Designated for assignment, Cousins. We're 2-2. We were 1-3, so maybe that's a good sign. Let's see what happens here. At any rate, NSOP, welcome. How you doing tonight? How's everybody doing tonight? Okay, so we're 3-2, so we're actually off to a better start than we were before. Hall pitches 5. How's Lujan doing? Doesn't have a hit. 0 for 14. Oof. Oof. We've gotten better pitching the second time around. All right, so we were 8-4. Yeah, because we lost 1 game against Cincinnati. We won 3 out of 4 against Cincinnati. We won all 3 against Washington. So we need to go 5-2 here over the next 7 to equal where we were before. Three and 3. So we have the same record now that we did the first time we simmed through the first 2 weeks. Okay, so we get a 7-2 win there. Lujan finally gets a hit. Patrick Bailey's gotten off to a hot start. Game 3 is another win. All right, so we got to figure out what to do with Woods Richardson. Miles Jansen I could send down. Let's put him in as a long reliever. And make Sanchez middle relief. So we win this one 5-1. Glad you're doing well. Yeah, I spent last week up in northern Wisconsin, up in Door County, which is way up by the UP of Michigan. Just spent a week up on a lake. It's very, very relaxing. Garibay hits his first home run. So Lujan, much different start to this season than he had last in the original playthrough. But the end result is the same, and that's all that matters. Yeah, it was a very relaxing week for me. We didn't get super nice weather. Like, it was okay. We had 60s and 70s, but a couple of days it was raining. So spent a couple of days just sitting on the lake, and then a couple of days just kind of driving around and shopping and eating entirely too much cheese. So yeah, Garibay homer. So we're not getting it done with our bats this time. We're getting it done with our pitching, which is bizarre. 9th in runs scored, 2nd in runs against, and we're 6-3 to get this season started. All right. So we got to win all 3 of these games, right? I don't remember. We were either 8-4 or 9-3. I can't remember. Hopefully we just win all 3 games against Washington, and it doesn't matter. So we win 5-4 in extras. Lujan with his first 2 home runs of the year. Pomares homers. Devers walks 3 times. Sanchez gets the win. Yeah, I don't care how we get it done as long as we win. Oh, and we have the number 1 pick in the draft. That's the other thing. I don't know if how many of you watched the last episode, but we won the lottery. We won the draft lottery, so we'll see who our top pick could potentially be. Drew Jones, 3 for 3, 3 RBIs. Mazur's 2-1 with a sub 1.6 ERA. Draft pool. They think we're going to take... Whoa, holy crap. Yeah. What do we got for pitchers? I'm just curious. I mean, we need pitching, right? We need pitching. So do we reach a little bit for someone like Molina? I mean, we'll get scouting reports on these guys, of course, but oh man. Like, I don't think we could take Villa Gomez, but someone like Luis Molina with the top pick, 4 elite pitches. I mean, assuming, yeah, they're both average. Let's get a scouting report. Let's make sure we have that. But yeah, we have the top pick in the draft, so we'll take a look at him. I mean, it comes down to whether or not we want Munoz or whether we want the pitcher. Wow. Okay. So that's his nickname's Flat Tire. That's a pretty cool nickname. He's not really and I guess he's a third baseman. The arm isn't really that good. So, I mean, where do we play him? Yeah, so it's going to come down to Munoz, I think, or Molina, depending on what Molina's ratings look like. Potentially reasonable knuckleball. Did Villa Gomez have one? Really, if you're R.A. Dickey fancy. For me, it would be Tim Wakefield. But yeah, I hear you. It's fun to find a pitcher who's got like a screwball or a knuckleball or something bizarre. Yeah, I like Molina. Those 4 pitches. If the movement and the control are both actually 50, like if we get very high scouting and he comes back at an 80, 50, 50, I don't know that we can pass on this. We'll see. All right, final game of the series against Washington. 7-5 win. All right, so we're 9-3. I mean, it doesn't matter how, just matters if. So we finish up our first 12 games of the season 9-3. Lujan with a couple of hits, Garibay a couple of hits, and an RBI. Did we have injuries? No, we just had players moved all over the field for some reason. Patrick Bailey comes in, goes 3 for 3. Melendez blows the save, but the rest of the bullpen does okay. All right, so we're 9-3 out of the chute. I mean, I'll take it. I certainly will take it. Day off followed by 7 road games. 3 in Kansas City, 4 in Washington. I believe Kansas City's. I think they're good in at this point in this playthrough. Hop back on the road with another victory. So that's 7 in a row, 8 out of 9. Lawler with a home run. Drew Jones with an RBI. Stogner, 3-0. I don't know how long that's going to last, but he's gotten off to a decent start here, so we'll take it. Second game in Kansas City. There's our first loss in 9 days. So we look to take 2 out of 3 against the Royals. It's thinking. Yep, 2-1. The pitching staff continues to perform. Lujan 2 for 4 with an RBI. Lawler has that average up over 300. He was really bad last year. 242, 285 on base percentage. Hopefully bounces back this season. Missouri 3-1, 1.16 ERA in 4 starts. All right, so now we have 4 in Washington after just taking 3 from them at home. 9-4 win. Man, we're playing some good baseball right now. Rafi Devers 2 for 5, 3 RBIs. Garibay with his 3rd home run. Everybody except for Lawler with at least 1 hit. Vissamon pitches well. Game 2 in Washington. Another win, 7-1. Let's go. Rafi 2 for 4, 3 more RBIs, home runs. He and Garibay both homer again. DL Hall picks up the win. Nice. Playing well. I don't know if it's going to last. You have to think that eventually these pitchers are going to revert to the norm, but we'll take it as long as we can get it. Grayson Rodriguez picks up the win. Tamar Johnson 2 for 4. Excuse me. Drew Jones has a couple hits. Yeah, Rodriguez pitches well. ERA of almost 6, but he pitches well. 5th in runs scored, 1st in runs against. And we're in 2nd place. This feels like the Rockies playthrough last season, where we would look up at the end of April and we'd have a 700 winning percentage and we'd be 3 games out of 1st place. I should quick save. Yeah, good point. Let's do that. I have the game set to save at the end of every month because this happened to me, I don't know, 2 or 3 streams ago. I lost like 3 months because I clicked on a trainer or a scout or a coach or something. And one of these days I'll learn my lesson. So pitching has been great so far. Really only Rodriguez has struggled from a starter perspective. Our bullpen has been solid. All right. 3 at home now against the Pirates. Another win. We just keep winning. Patrick Bailey. He's hitting the ball really well. Did I offer him an extension? Yeah, I probably should have offered Patrick Bailey an extension because he only wanted 3 years at $5 million. I mean, can we get him for 3 years at $5 million? We can. All right. I mean, I'm good with that. I mean, I don't anticipate that he's going to hit 333, but his ratings suggest that he should be better than this. So I'm going to hope that he is and hope that this is not just a hot start. Maybe I'm overreacting to a hot start, but whatever. Things haven't gone particularly well for us in this save so far. So anything good we can get out of it, I'm going to take it. So Flores homers. Tamar Johnson 3 hits. Garibay 16 RBIs in 21 games. Lujan not hitting the ball all that well. Missamon 6 shutout innings. Woods Richardson comes in, pitches 3 shutout. Looking for the sweep of the Pirates. And we get it. We haven't played San Diego yet, so that's part of this. I feel like as soon as we play San Diego, the wheels are going to fall off, but we'll go as long as we can here. So Tamar Johnson, 3 more hits. Lujan with a 3-run homer in the first. Johnson 2 doubles and a triple. He's gotten off to a great start. DL Hall only pitches 3 innings. Forearm tightness. The rest of the bullpen does their job. So I got over, I don't know how many of you watch my YouTube stuff, but I got over 1,000 subs last week while I was on vacation. So that was very cool. That was very, very cool. I never thought that would happen. It was out of the park 23. Once I loaded up out of the park, once I fired up my out of the park 23 save, I got lucky that the algorithm picked me up and I went from like, I don't know, 420 subs to like 900 in the span of like a week and a half, which for me is great. So yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, so let's get through the month and then we'll just kind of pause and look at things. Unless we lose all 6 of these, I don't plan on making really any changes at all. And as I say that, stop losing games. Okay, all right. So we signed Patrick Bailey. Tamar. Yeah. Okay. All right. So what do we do to replace Johnson? Who plays second? Waller can't really play second. He's really stuck at third base at this point. I don't really think we have South the Scene. Maybe we just go South the Scene. I mean, he's good enough defensively to sort of tide things over until Johnson comes back, but we're certainly not going to bat him leadoff. So let's just get him in there, and then we can move things around. All right, so he's our second baseman. Who's going to bat leadoff for us now? yeah, it's not great. Do we do something weird like this? And he's got 55, 60 I and avoid K against righties. I think maybe we go Patrick Bailey, batting leadoff against righties and then against lefties. So we can't really hit either side. Do we go Lawler batting? No. Lucas Kelly. His ratings aren't there yet. I think we just go Bailey. It's weird to bat a catcher leadoff, but he's probably the best option. All right, so we won this game 4-2. We win 1 out of 3 against Philly, and now we have 3 in San Diego, followed by a series in San Francisco to kick off May. Yeah, so this is going to be a really good test, obviously. We have the second and third place teams on the road as we finish April and get into May. So hopefully we can split. That's kind of the goal. We lose 1-0, so we've lost 3 out of 4. Yeah. And this is kind of what I was afraid of. Can we take 1 out of 3 in San Diego, please? Can we beat Kumar Rocker? We lost 4 out of 5. Lost 5 out of 6. That was just, yeah, I mean, that was exactly what I said was going to happen, right? The wheels were going to fall off against the Padres, which isn't a surprise. I mean, given the Padres' just stupid lineup, C.J. Abrams, Manny Machado, Juan Soto, Fernando Tatis Jr., it's just obnoxious. Their pitching staff isn't as good as it appears. At least I don't think it is, but yeah, I mean, they're just ridiculously good. All right, so we are 18-10 at the end of April, which I'll take. I mean, no complaints out. Do I have commissioner mode on? No, I don't. Okay. So the owner's allowing me to make these changes. So we're drawing 43,000 fans per game. Do I want to try bumping this now? See if, just bump it to like 21.75 and see what happens there. I don't like bumping ticket prices during the season. It feels, I'm just going to put it back. It feels cheaty because that doesn't happen in real life. So, all right. So this season is going the exact opposite of how I anticipated it. We have the best pitching staff in the National League. We have the best defense in the National League, and we're middle of the pack offensively, which is not what I anticipated. I figured it would be the exact opposite. In fact, I figured we'd have a bad pitching staff and a very good offense. So it's been the opposite. That being said, we have some people that aren't performing, like Rafael Devers, $1.58. Can we limit Rafi to just playing? We are. He's not even playing against lefties. Neither is Lujan. So I don't know that there are a lot of changes we can make to the lineup. Huckstorf's time, I think, is about done. Problem is we don't really have a right-handed outfield bat. Pacheco's a lefty as well. Reimer, I guess, but he can't really play. He's below average outfielder. Yeah, we don't really have anybody to replace Huckstorf just yet. So I think we just stick with what we have and kind of see how it goes here. And losing Tamar Johnson hurt. Obviously, he had just got off to a ridiculously good start. 407 on base percentage. He was really setting the table for the rest of the lineup. So losing him hurts, but we'll hopefully persevere. So we've got 3 games against San Francisco now before we come home for 9. So 2 out of 3 against San Francisco, please. Nope, that's another loss. This has been a bad stretch for us. All right, so we lose 5 out of 6 on that road trip after losing 2 out of 3 at home. So that's 5, 6, 7. So 2 and 7 in our last 9. That's not going to get it done. Lawler with a grand slam. Pomares with a home run. Rodriguez gets the win. Get a much-needed day off before we get back home. Oh, you know what? I didn't look at any of this. Like, at all. Player development, that's a lot of negatives. Ugh. All right. Anyway, Mazur's been really good. Flores down in the international. Yeah, we signed him last year. He wasn't particularly good. That's disappointing. DeLucas, his ratings have dropped a little bit. That sucks. Blaze Jordan, your hitter of the month in the AL. Hendry Mendez in the National League. Oh, that's of the week. Blaze Jordan, your hitter in the AL. Tatis in the NL. Jose Chambuco is your pitcher of the month in the AL. Joe Musgrove in the National League. Gavin Conticello is your batter of the month. He's a former Arizona farmhand. Yep. Wow, he got really good. What was that trade? I guess I could have looked at it a different way, but what are you going to do? Come on. Where is it? Ken Giles. Oh, good. Oh, good. Yeah, that wasn't the best deal for us. All right. Well, you live, you learn, I guess. And the National League Rookie of the Month is Edgar Gomez of the Cardinals. Yeah, I'd say he's pretty good. 15th round pick. Well, all right. Let's get into the month. We're still 7 games over 500. So, we got off to that really, really hot start, which is giving us a little bit of wiggle room here a little bit. So back-to-back wins. Offense comes to play. Garabay's got that average up to 313. 8 home runs, 27 knocked in, 32 games. Devers 3 for 5, 3 RBIs. Garabay homers twice. Devers homers twice. Okay. Stogner doesn't pitch well, but the bullpen does their job. Bullpen looks like it's been struggling a bit as of late. Second game against Cleveland. Another win. Patrick Bailey is suffering from a strained hip flexor. Influences his running. I would imagine it would influence his catching as well as a catcher, but since it's not, we're just going to let him continue to play. Oof what? What oof? The Tamar Johnson oof? Or just the general 2-7 oof? Or the trade oof? I mean, there have been any number of oofs with this Arizona playthrough so far. Lujan 3 for 5, 3 RBIs. Gomez hits his first home run of the year. Mazur is 5-2. Pitching like an ace, which is what we needed. Final game of the series against the Giles trade. I made that deal because we were so we went 4 in a row. We were really struggling with fan support. Our fan interest was like a 52 or something like that, and Giles was extremely popular, so bringing him in and getting Chicago to retain the contract bumped my fan interest by like 10 points or something like that. It truly was a fan interest deal. All right, so we sweep the Guardians. I think I called them the Indians before. We sweep the Guardians. We went 8-3. Jones with a couple of RBIs. Valdez 2 for 3, 3 runs knocked in. Vissamon is 5-1. Sixto Sanchez, no earned runs, only 2 hits in 14 innings. A .28 whip through his first 8 games. I'll take that. I will take that. So we got San Francisco now at home for 3. Let's see if we can turn things around a little bit. They beat us 2 out of 3, so we beat them there. We only allowed 3 hits. We were down 3-0. Come back, score 3 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th. Devers and Southacene. Ty Southacene hitting .289. He's never going to hit for a lot of power, but he's a very, very good backup middle infielder. We may move Lucas Kelly. I like having the defensive backup middle infielder. That's just my nature. Rodriguez pitches pretty well. Only 3 hits in 6 innings. All right, game 2 against San Francisco. We've won 5 in a row. We lose 8-4. And the final game of the series. Can we take 2 out of 3 after losing 2 out of 3 in San Francisco? Yep, okay. Makes sense. Can't control the random talent bumps. Yeah, I mean, he was a top 100 prospect, but if you look at is that how it's spelled? Conticello? Yeah. If you look at his ratings, you can see, I mean, they've increased since we traded him. So we traded him. I don't know when did we trade him? 2025. So in 2025, you can see he was a 45, 60, 60 with 40 potential. He increased the contact. The power actually came through, and the eye has actually developed. So it wasn't random, I don't think, but his gap power, I don't think, was a 70. He just didn't look this good. So, I mean, he's only hitting 204, so let's not, let's not talk about him in the Hall of Fame or anything right now, but yeah, it happens. It happens. So we win the final game of the series 5-4. We're 24-13, and we're 3 games out of first place. Pomares 4 for 4, 4 runs knocked in. Stogner goes 7. Yeah, that ERA over 5 is kind of what I was anticipating out of him. How's fan interest? We're still drawing people. A little bit of money for this season, which will be helpful once we get towards the trade deadline. You don't really need a bat. We need pitching more than anything. You can see you've got they pulled Shane Baz off the trade block. What about Matt Allen? Can we get Matt Allen? Okay, so we can get Matt Allen reasonably easily here. I don't want to give up Balazovic because he's extremely popular. But, like, would you want Stogner? It doesn't really change things at all. Okay. Matt Allen, I think, is a pretty decent option. 3 good pitches, good stamina, decent stuff. Movement control are fine. High leader, high adaptability, high work. I think his contract expires at the end of this year, so that's kind of the other thing, is that it would be a rental, so I don't want to give up too much for him. Could give up Manny Avila. You need more. Yeah, like that doesn't... I think we're close. All right, let's submit this. Avila, Sear, and Nin for Matt Allen. And we'll see if the Tigers are interested in that. So the Padres are 28-12. They are good. All right, so we have 3 at home now against the Braves. So we lose 7 to... Ugh. I hate those blowouts in extra innings. So who fell apart? Marquez gave up 2. Batista gave up 3. Garibay homers twice. That's no good. All right, so they want one of our best... No, not really one of our best pitchers, but nobody that I'm prepared to really give up. I mean, Melendez hasn't been that good. I mean, would I do something like this? I mean, whatever. I mean, I don't care about any of these players. Melendez is okay, but not enough to kind of make me... Yeah, let's see if that works. The whole division is... Is it really? Holy crap, look at that. The 4 top... Not only are they all over 500, the 4 top wildcard teams are all out of the NL West. That's ridiculous. I mean, it's still, a fifth of the way through the season or whatever, but that's silly. We get Johnson back in 3 or 4 weeks. Let's see what happens here in the second game against Atlanta. Another loss. Let's avoid getting swept here at home. That would be wonderful. Okay. All right, so now we get a no way. If we back this off, if we back this down to 50. We went 8-4. We got down 4-0 in the first. Rodriguez battles through that. Huckstorf homers twice. 2 home runs, 4 RBIs for him. Pomares with a pinch hit 3-run double. Yeah, our offense has not been great. It's really been our pitching, which is crazy. All right, back on the road against St. Louis. AL East vibes. Yeah, a little bit. There's a loss. So that's 3 out of 4 that we've lost now. 4 out of 5. And we got blown out there. And I don't know if I can make this work. They just want too damn much for Matt Allen. Yeah, I'm not giving up any of these players for Matt Allen. Well, I guess I would give up Ethan Small. I don't care about Ethan Small. If that actually gets it done. It would be great, though, if we could stop losing. We lost 4 out of 5. It's not been a good month. Oh, we can't stop losing. So we were 17-10 in April. We are 7-8 so far in May. 3 games out of first place. You know, 4 on the road against Philly. There we go. There's a victory. 7-3. Garibay with a grand slam. Yep. Kyle Huckstorf with a home run off of Garrett Whitlock. Now with Philadelphia. Bailey's down to 238. Of course he is. I signed him to that contract, and now he can't hit. It's just sort of the way it goes. Game 2 in Philly. Another win. Yeah, so we're at almost. Okay, well, that's not happening. That is not happening. I'm not giving up that much for a 3-star pitcher whose contract expires at the end of the year. So Garabay's got his average up to 327. He's on pace for 47 and 140. Wow. Lujan is not hitting. Well, I guess he is. I mean, an 827 OPS, 124 OPS plus. He's just not hitting for as much power. And it's not really off by that much, really. I mean, one hot streak, and he ends up with, 30 home runs. So he's been fine, I guess. Lucas Kelly. So I want to try something. I want to offer up Lucas Kelly, and I just want to see what sorts of starting pitchers I can get for Kelly and Rickabaugh. If it changes, I mean, if that's the best I can get, then I'll just hold on to what I have. Again, I'm hoping that there's a team out there that goes, oh, we love these guys. Here's a 4-star, 25, 26-year-old for you. Or there's a 3-star pitcher that's woefully underrated. It doesn't appear that's the case. Let's try out bad. Let's just try out players. Let's see what sorts of options that are out there. I would say the closest I've ever come to that, NS, was when I did the Draft of Glory with Texas last year and Out of the Park 22. I literally traded every single player on the team that wasn't drafted by the team, that wasn't drafted by the team, and built it up from scratch. But I haven't done like a, it's hard. It's hard the way I play to do full teardowns because you can't, you don't get the right value for your players. Oh, Kyle Greer. How's he doing in LA? He's hitting pretty well. You don't get the right type of value for your players, so it's hard when you have trade setting on the hardest level. So it's hard to get the right return for your players. So I usually end up letting them walk to free agency and then getting comp picks and building it up that way. Because the game just, it prospect humps, and that's fine. But you just sort of have to be prepared for that when you try to rebuild. Does that make sense? Brown's hitting is coming along. He was our first round pick a year ago. Okay. So yeah, it's hard. It's hard with trade difficulty set all the way up. But all right, 3rd game in Philly. And we'll keep an eye on the trade block because more names will get added to that as we get closer. So we win again. We get down early again, but then we score 9 runs in the third and fourth. Garibay is just absolutely mashing the baseball right now. 2 more home runs, another home run, 5 more RBIs. Patrick Bailey, 2 for 6 with 3 RBIs. Stogner doesn't pitch well. Yeah, we got to do something about him, though. It's a lot of earned runs given up in his last 5 starts. What can we do? Sanchez has been too good in the bullpen for me to make him a starter. I mean, I guess we could move Marquez into the rotation. See how he does. What do his ratings look like if we make him a starter? I mean, not that his ratings should be the be-all, end-all, but 50, 75, 45, extreme ground ball. We can give it a whirl, see how it goes. Make him a middle reliever. Gunnar Meyer's been really good, but I don't want to go with a stopper, so we'll go use more often out of all of our middle relievers. And run with that for a while. Get Stogner out of there, make him a bullpen arm. See if that stuff works better in the pen versus out of the rotation. So we look for the sweep on the road. And we get it. All right, so that's a nice bounce back. We were 7-8. We're now 11-8, so 4 straight wins, 29-18, a game out of first. Lujan, a couple of hits and an RBI. Pumares, 3 hits and an RBI. They each are Lujan, and Garibay hits another home run. Hall pitches well. Okay. So we got Miami, but these aren't your daddy's Marlins here. This is a very, very good Miami Marlins team. You can see 28-17, one of the best pitching staffs in baseball. I got Nick Pivetta starting for him now, though. He's 35. Wow. I feel like they're missing something. I think they had a player that's not there anymore that was there last year. I don't know. But yeah, they're good. 28-17. They're in first place. We are 29-18 and in second place. Game behind the Padres. Half game ahead of the Giants. The Rockies have fallen under 500, so they broke up the funness that was everybody on everybody over 500. We get Tamar Johnson back in 2 weeks. Looking forward to getting him back up to the top of the lineup. Rafael Devers is not hitting at all. Do I replace it? I think maybe let's do this. Let's start getting Flores out there every other game. See if that makes a difference. Yep. All right. So we got 3 now. So 7 at home, 2 on the road as we end May. Game 1 against Miami. It's an 8-2 loss. So we lose Marquez as he makes his first start for us. Okay, so making him a starter was a bad idea. Let's just get him right out of there. Make him a reliever again. In fact, how long is he out for? 2 weeks. All right, injured list. Who comes up? Jackson Kahn, that movement is terrifying in Arizona. 4 really good pitches, though. I think we'll go Miles Jansen. And we want to make him a starter? No, I guess we just go back to Stogner. This is kind of the problem, is that we just don't have a lot of depth here in our pitching staff. So if people get hurt, it's going to get ugly quickly. 9-5 victory. Bailey has 3 hits. Devers 2 for 4, 4 RBIs. Lujan a couple of hits. Rafi homers twice. So Calderon gets the start. Carlos Calderon gets the start. Goes 3. Jansen gets the win. And final game of the series against the Marlins. An 8-3 win. So we take 2 out of 3 against the first place Marlins. We're 31-19. We're in first place. We are in first place as we approach the end of May. I certainly didn't see that coming. Bailey continues to hit the ball well. I don't like the on-base percentage out of the leadoff spot, but given the other options, he's done fine, I guess. Lawler, again, I'm not crazy about the on-base percentage at the top of the order, and that's been part of the problem is we're not getting a lot of those top guys aren't getting on base with a lot of regularity. So Vissamon pitches well, 5 2/3. Got the Mets now for 4. That computer over, but a 10-1 loss. That's not good. Game 2 at home against the Metropolitans, a 3-0 win. Who got the shutout? Rodriguez, 6 innings. That was a one-hitter. 6 innings of one-hit baseball, striking out 7. Batista gets the save. We get 2 RBIs from Devers. Game 3 against the Mets. 4-3 loss. Let's get the split at home, please. Let's not lose 3 out of 4 at home. All right. We win there 7-1. Pomares has had a down season. This is really disappointing. He hit 36 home runs last year, drove in 107. But this season, he's only got 5 home runs in 44 games. Yeah, power's just not there for him this year. Had a good game here. Power's just not there for him. Hall pitches well. Yeah, it's been really weird. I mean, I really expected the offense to carry us again, and that just hasn't been the case. So Joey Gallo with his 400th career home run, making his tour through the NL West. The Dodgers now with the Giants. Has never had a batting average over 220. Well, he hit 253 back here in 2019. Yeah, I mean, if Joey Gallo could hit 250, he would be like a legit all-star every single season, but it's just not a thing. Grayson Rodriguez wants to come back. I would like to bring him back, but not at those kind of numbers. So we will likely let him test the free agent market. So we're 33-21, a game and a half out of first place. We have San Francisco coming up for 3 games to end the month of May. I want to take a look. When we get to June 1st, I want to look at that draft pool again so that we can kind of sort out what we want to do with that top pick. We get Johnson back in a week. That'll be nice. First game in San Francisco. 4-1 loss. And the second game on the Bay against the Giants. So we're 33-22 right now. It's a 600 winning percentage. Let's see what happens the final game of the month. The game has to save and take forever. 5-0 loss. So we lose the last 2 games of the month. Vissamon gets worse. That's discouraging. Batista gets worse. Lawler gets worse. Kelly gets worse. Oh, God. Okay. The game loves this guy for some reason. Yerald Nin. He's been in, like, most of the trade offers that I've made. He's, like, really kind of shifted things from we're not interested to, well, we could be interested. All right. Your hitter of the month is Aurelvis Martinez of the Blue Jays. In the NL, it's Tatis. AL hitter of the month, Jesus Gonzalez. Wow. They got him in a trade. Imagine if San Diego still had him on their team. That was a prospect deal. That's weird. Oakland picked up Tim Hill. Okay. Good deal for the A's there. Pitcher of the month in the NL, Chris Bubich. Miguel Ulola is your your rookie of the month in the AL, and Christopher Passiola, your hitter of the month rookie of the month in the National League. We're 33-23, 3 games out of first place, which, you know, if that's where you told me we'd be June 1st, I'd be thrilled with it. Our pitching staff is now 4th in runs against, 7th in runs scored. So we are sort of, offense is improving a little bit. Pitching staff is dropping a little bit, which is exactly what I anticipated. Or I shouldn't say I anticipated. I expected them to be there kind of when the season started like that. We're still drawing over 40,000 fans per game, which is nice. Our owner is 84 years old. I hope he dies soon. Demanding. Fiscal personality is controlling. I need money. I need money. I wanted to look at the draft pool. So it still thinks we're going to take Munoz. Let's get a scouting report on him. It's scouting on OSA. Why is it doing that? All right, so Molina, 80, 50, 50. I don't know how we can pass this up. He's so good. Then you got Will Munoz, who's legendary with the bat, but doesn't really have a position. What would you guys do? Well, those of you who are with me here, what would you guys do? Do we go after Will Munoz, who's a legit impact bat, but doesn't really have a position? Or do we go after Luis Molina, the 21-year-old who looks like he could be an ace for a decade? I'm leaning towards Molina because of the high work ethic, the 4 pitches, but he's also from Haverhill. I have family that lives in Haverhill, so there's that too. All right, so we got 5 more road games. 1 in San Francisco, followed by 4 in Colorado. Let's see how the start of June goes. So we win there, win the first game of the month. Garibay continues just to be ridiculous with the bat, 3 for 4, 4 RBIs. He has 51 RBIs in 57 games. Drew Jones, bat's not there this year. 643 OPS. There's still some home run power to be found there, I think, but so far he's not getting it done. Balazovic gets the win. Mazur pitches well. All right, so now we got 4 against the Rockies. We lose the first one 6-5. Now we got a double header. You always take pitching as a tiebreaker. You can always trade pitching for offense. Random Task would just tell me to do the opposite of what I wanted to do because that's just how he is. But, I'm not sure where he is. He's probably watching Barry. He likes that show, Barry. Barry's a very funny show. I don't know if you guys have ever watched that, but that's a good show. So we got a doubleheader against Colorado today. And we win both. We win both ends of the doubleheader. We win 9-6 and then 10-9 in 13 innings. Yeah, Josh, that's kind of how I feel too. Especially given where our minor leagues are. We have a lot of hitting talent on the way up. We've got Muad, Edgar Bin Muad, a 23-year-old who'll probably be up next season, be starting for us. He already can hit righties, so we got to call him up. You got Jason Brown, who was our first-round pick last year. He'll be up sooner rather than later. Juan Locke is more of a defensive infielder. You got Rickabaugh as our catcher's up to 65 power now. We've got all these guys in the international complex. So that's kind of the way I'm leaning, but we'll see if that changes between now and the draft. So we win this game in 13 innings. Garibay, 2 for 3, 3 RBIs. Lujan, 4 for 7, 3 RBIs. Devers homers. Lujan homers twice. Jansen pitches well, pitches 4 shutout innings for the win. Got the final game of the series. We've won 3 out of 4 to start June. And we lose there. So Tamar Johnson is back. Tamar Johnson is back, thankfully. So who do we send down? I think we send down Huckstorf. Well, he's got 7 home runs. He's one of the few players. I think Southacene goes down for now, not for any reason other than he's got the options. So Johnson back in there at second base. Move him back up in the lineup. A lot of players injured. All right, so we get a day off. Boo 1260, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out here tonight. collecting your drops. Should be getting drops. I don't know if I've seen any come through for me tonight, but I know you should be getting them. All right, so we got the White Sox at home for 3, followed by Colorado for 3. So 6 at home. Ooh, that's a bad loss. 9-0 at home. Six-1 win. What do we got going on here? Lujan, a couple of hits, couple of RBIs. Jones, a couple of hits. Devers with his 11th home run. Stogner is hurt. That's not good. We can't really afford too many more pitcher injuries. Losing, yeah, I mean, if he's out for any length of time, that could be an issue. We're 4 games out of first place. We are, 5 games up in the wild card right now? So still plenty of time for us to blow it. Yeah, Josh, it's perfect team stuff. You can, if you hang out in a stream that has an agreement with the Out of the Park people, you get like free packs and stuff, I think, to open. I'm not a big perfect team guy. You guys know that, but there are a lot of people who are. So I played it the first year, but I don't like games that I have to pay to win. Like, I know you can play the game without buying packs and stuff, but that's just not my bag. I mean, it's just not for me, but I know there are plenty of people that it is for. So for those people, they come and they hang out and they collect the drops. Some of them, most of them aren't even paying attention, and that's fine. They're here and they're hanging out and they're getting their drops and they're giving the guys at GM Games some notice, and that's cool. So, all right, 3.5 games out of first. We just took 2 out of 3 from the White Sox. We got the Rockies now at home. 3-2 win. Huckstorf with a home run. Valdez with a couple of hits. Vissamon pitches 5, a shutout. Balazovic gives up 5 hits in 2 innings. Batista's ERA has skyrocketed. What's happened to him? I don't know that I like him as my closer, but what options do we have? We don't really have many. I mean, our bullpen is just not very good. We're still waiting on the word on Stogner. He's probably going to be out for a while. We just don't have a lot. I don't want to trade Rickabaugh. The problem is he's not really a catcher. I mean, those catcher ratings are terrible. Maybe he is the guy that we trade. But these are the offers we're getting. It's just not worth it. Bring back Joey Estes. No. Yeah, it's just meh, right? It's just meh. It's just meh. I mean, we could. I mean, the game loves this guy. I mean, we could. I don't know. It doesn't even look like that's making a difference right now. That doesn't help us. Need somebody who can help us now, which I didn't think was going to be the case, but we need someone who can help us now because we're right there. Oops. I like him. I don't know if that changeup's ever going to develop, but I like him. He's a good closer. He's already fragile, though, at age 21. Yeah, we're not really getting many good offers, so we'll hold off. We will keep going through June and see what July holds for us. It's game 2 against Colorado. It's a 5-4 loss. So 6-4 this month, I think, right? 6-5 now. Yeah, 6-5 now. All right, so we get Marquez back. He's out for 3 months. That sucks. Okay. So we'll get Marquez back in there. I want to leave Marquez in the bullpen. So who is the starter? I mean, I guess we go Calderon, but with a really quick hook. Really quick hook for him. He's a reliever. He's a reliever. I just want to, so that I'm looking at the right ratings and stuff. Yeah, let's try Calderon just with a really quick hook and see how that goes. And then we got 3 in Miami, followed by 3 in Detroit. And then we've got like 15 games against the Dodgers and Padres, which will probably knock us down to 500. So hopefully we can win some of these games against Miami and Detroit on the road. Grayson Rodriguez out for 3 days with food poisoning. We win 13-4. Garibay hits his 20th. Bailey 3 for 5. Valdez has 3 hits. Garibay, Bailey, and Pomares homer. Calderon goes 5. Pitches well. Woods Richardson comes in. He pitches well. Gets the save. Game 2 in Miami. Four 4-0 loss. And the final game. Ooh, so we lose 2 out of 3. We're 40-30. We're now 6.5 out of first place because the Padres are just stupid good. That race for the wild card is getting a lot tighter than I would like. There's 3 losses in a row. 4 losses in a row and 6 out of 7. Five losses in a row and 7 out of 8. I told you I would be 500 at the end of June. And that's exactly what's going to happen is we have now got a bunch of games against the Padres and the Dodgers. 6 at home, followed by 6 on the road. So at least 12 straight games against the Dodgers and Padres. We're now a game up in the wild card. And let's see how this nonsense goes. 5 straight losses. Hey, we get a win. 12-4. Lawler 2 for 5. Garibay 2 for 4. Flores 2 for 3 with 5 runs knocked in. Isamon goes 4 2/3. My phone keeps buzzing. All right, so game 2 against the Dodgers. Another win. That's nice. So back-to-back wins. I have water up here someplace. I don't want to drink any more coffee. Where's my water? I don't know where the hell my water is. You guys are going to see me pull the screen down here in a second. Yeah, I don't know where my water is. I had water. Now it's gone. Anyway, we win 4-3. And get a 4-0 lead and hang on. So Tamar Johnson 3 for 3, couple of RBIs. Hall pitches well. Yeah, the bullpen has started to kind of fall apart here a little bit. Marquez giving up a bunch of runs. We got to take him out of that stopper role. That's not working. Let's put him in middle relief. Let's back these off to normal usage, normal usage, normal usage. Final game against the Dodgers. So we sweep the Dodgers. Okay. So they want to send us Greg Allen. I don't want Greg Allen. They want us to send them Jordan Leftwich, whose ratings have plummeted. That's disappointing. What if we offer him up along with Nin, who the game loves, for a pitcher? That get us anywhere? It gets us some relief arms. And a Yuhan Yer Herrera. Cole Winn. He looks okay. Contract expires at the end of the year. Aldo Ramirez. He's no good. Davey Garcia. Nope. Nope, not a whole lot going on there. All right, so we won 3 in a row against the Dodgers. That was unexpected. Now we got 3 at home against the Padres. We're going to lose all 3. Lose the first one, 7-5 and 11. Hey, we win 4-3 in 11 innings. Is Garibay hurt? Tell me he's not hurt. Okay, so Rafi has 2 hits. Pomares has 2 hits. Gomez and Valdez each with 2 hits. Visamon pitches 6 shutout. The bullpen gives it up, but then bounces back with Melendez pitching 2 1/3. Can we take the series? Take 2 out of 3? Nope. All right, so now we've got 5 on the road. So we were 4-2 at home. So that's okay. So we've got 7 on the road, 3 against LA, and then 4 in San Diego now. 3-0 win. Flores 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Oh no! Oh, come on! You're killing me. Second game against the Dodgers. It's another win. Mazur's out for 6 weeks. Because of course he is. What the hell do we do now? I mean, we got to go to Ethan Small. Miles Jansen, I guess. Specialist / middle relief. All right, well, this sucks. But not, I mean, playing with house money, I guess at this point, is kind of the way I'm looking at it. I wasn't anticipating we'd be 11 games over 500 at this point, so playing with house money. Hall pitches well as we look to take the 6 straight games from the Dodgers over the last 7 days. We do. All right. And we sweep the Dodgers twice. 2 hits for Devers, for Bailey, for Jones. Calderon gets the win. And now we've got 4 on the road against San Diego. We're 8 games behind them. We're a game behind the Giants for that first wild card spot. 2.5 up on the Braves. 3 up on the Cardinals for the wild card. So hopefully we have a good stretch here against the Padres. I mean, if we can get a split in San Diego, and I would take that. So we win there. We pick up 20 hits against the Padres. 4 hits each for Johnson and Lawler. Patrick Bailey, 3 for 4, 2 RBIs. Valdez, 2 RBIs. Home runs from Garibay, Bailey, Flores, Huckstorf. Visamon can't make it out of 3, but Woods Richardson has just been lights out. 2.37 ERA plus. He's been phenomenal. Wow. All right, final game of June. We are on a 4-game winning streak. Then we get into July and we get into the important stuff. Draft, trade deadline, international draft. We lose 3-2. It's fine. Player development. Stogner gets worse, but I don't know if he's a bust, but he was 4 stars when we traded for him. He still has 4 really good pitches. If the stuff ends up as a 70 and he ends up as 70, 60, 35, you can make that work. Absolutely make that work. Any of our prospects get any better? Not really. Julio Rodriguez is your AL batter of the month. Juan Soto is your hitter of the month in the NL. Pitcher of the month in the AL, Danny Wilkerson. In the NL, Simeon Woods Richardson is your pitcher of the month. Rookie of the month in the AL, Conticello again, and Edgar Gomez again in the National League. All right, so let's look at international amateurs. Well, all right then. Got a couple of really, really solid players. Ecolino. I mean, he's a center fielder right now. I think that's probably the easy choice. We'll go Ecolino first and then Quintana if he doesn't want to sign with us. All right, so where do we stand? We are 4th in runs scored. We are 7th in runs against. 8 games out of first place. We're in the second wild card. Our top 4 hitters are fine. Lujan's putting up an 852 OPS. So our top, absolutely nothing we need to do with our top 4. Johnson, Lawler, Garibay, Lujan are great. Pomares is not hitting like he did last season. I mean, he's on pace for 80 RBIs, but only a 700 OPS. Drew Jones is not hitting. He's not even really fielding. The efficiency is below average. Zone rating slightly above average. Devers is giving us some power, but that's about it. Bailey has been fine. No complaints from Patrick Bailey. His frame rate is a little bit low. His catcher's ERA is fine. Valdez has been fine. I mean, we have him for his bat, for his glove. So really, I mean, we could use a hitting upgrade. I mean, we could use another bat in our lineup for sure. Let me move the camera down a little bit. Sorry, you can only see the top of my head. Yeah, we could definitely use another bat in the lineup someplace, maybe an outfielder, because none of our young prospects are really ready. Rickabaugh looks like he's going to be a pretty solid hitter without a position, which means we may want to consider trading him. We absolutely need pitching. That's going to be our main thing is how do we get more pitching? $12 million. We could bring back Caleb Freeman. He's only making 1.8. Flaherty making $22 million. Not interested in that. Whitlock's making 3.4. I mean, could I get Freeman and a Whitlock for? I mean, that's not really a good deal. He's a free agent at the end of the year. I don't really like that deal. I mean, sure. We'll submit that offer and see if we can bring back Caleb Freeman to improve our bullpen for next to nothing. Let's see how these final 2 games go against San Diego. I would love a split, and we are going to at least get our split, which is great. So they're willing to make the deal if we give them. You want Jose Valadez Acuna? Well, I don't want to give you Juan Locke, Ricky Arroyo. I'll give you Tristan Smith, if that's enough to close it. Tristan Smith. And if that's enough to close it, sure. I mean, I'll make that happen. All right, so we win our first game of the month, 8-4. So we're 13 games over 500. Huckstorf, 2 for 4 with 6 runs knocked in. He had himself a game. He homers twice. Devers homers. Miles Jansen strikes out 10 in 6 1/3 innings. He pitches really, really well. Final game of the series against San Diego. Win gives us 3 out of 4. Getting greedy now. And we get it. So we win 3 out of 4. Ecolino likes the offer from Oakland. All right, we'll go back and we'll offer that third baseman. So we win 3 out of 4 in San Diego. That's crazy. Valdez, Bailey, Huckstorf all with 2 hits. Hall pitches well. And the Phillies agree to this deal. So bring Caleb Freeman back. Send out Yin and Tristan Smith. Fan interest increases slightly. The fans like Mr. Caleb Smith. You know, but what do we do, right? I mean, it's not like, we haven't had anybody who's been, I guess, Ethan Small. Yeah, send Ethan Small, DFA him. I am not super interested in Ethan Small. So, yeah, we improve our pitching staff by bringing back Caleb Freeman. We're going to make him the closer immediately. We will make him a middle reliever. We will make Marquez long relief / middle relief. And we'll see how Freeman does as a closer. Wasn't great for us as a closer before, but 3 good pitches. We'll see how he does the second time around. So we're 50 and 36. Let's get up to the draft before we worry about making any moves to improve the offense, which, I mean, we could do now. And there are a couple of decent names. Kyle Tucker is out for a week, but he's making $22 million. Joe Adele, not particularly good. Yeah, not a lot here just yet. I wonder if we're just not, I mean, I feel like we should be close enough to the deadline, right? I mean, we're 3 weeks away. Polanco, I can't afford $20 million, or at least I can't afford to give the team what they want when I ask them to retain enough for me to be able to afford a $20 million contract. All right, so we got 4 at home. Let's get up to the draft. Let's just get through these 7 games at home against Colorado and St. Louis. Another win. You guys left. My arms and chest are super itchy right now because I got a sunburn on Thursday, sitting on the beach, and I'm at that itchy point of the sunburn at this point. So yeah, Garibay 26 home runs, 82 knocked in. Lawler hits his 7th. Calderon improves to 5-0. Game 2 against Colorado. All right, so we are 4-0 this month. So they want to send us Dennis Santana and Andrew Walters for Luis Rodriguez. So Rodriguez is a shortstop who can't hit at all. Andrew Walters is a 24-year-old. I mean, he's depth. He's minor league depth. And Dennis Santana is bullpen depth. I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, if you're willing to retain this. Sure. I mean, I'm okay with that, assuming they accept it. So we win this game 4-3. We score 2 in the bottom of the 8th. Lujan with his 16th home run of the season. Pomares hits his 8th. Vissamon goes 5 1/3. Bullpen shuts it down. We're 4-0 this month, looking for 5-0. 14-1 victory. So they just want minor leaguer. You want Fisher Johnson? Sure, you can have Fisher Johnson. I mean, these deals are really on the fringe, right? Like this type of deal isn't going to make or break us, but we give up Rodriguez, who maybe can be a backup infielder at some point, and Fisher Johnson, who is not particularly good. We get Dennis Santana, who probably try to squeeze him through waivers and send him to AAA in case someone gets hurt. And then we get Andrew Walters, who's a little bit more developed. So I'm fine with that. I am fine with that as well. Do I remember James Posey? Of course I remember James Posey. He was on the 2008 championship team. Why do you ask? Good game here. Lujan, 4 for 5, 2 RBIs. Huckstorf, 3 for 5, 5 RBIs. Lujan homers, Huckstorf homers, Valdez homers. Rodriguez improves to 6-3. We look for the 4-game sweep. And we get it. We're 6-0 this month, guys. 6-0 to get July started off. Pomares 2 for 4. He hits another home run, maybe, and a double. Maybe he's starting to snap out of it here a little bit. Tamar Johnson 2 for 5, 5 RBIs. Doing an NBA My Team pack draft and chose James Posey from a back. What game are you playing? That NBA 2K or whatever it's called? I don't remember the last NBA, like I never played any of the EA games or anything. I don't even think they do. I don't even think EA doesn't even do a basketball game anymore, do they? So anyway, we are off to a good start. We're 6-0 this month. We got 3 games against St. Louis before the what's going on here? So now all of a sudden you want more. Okay. Don't push your luck here, guys. I don't need to make this deal. Sure, you want Bobby Cardenas, I'll give you Bobby Cardenas. But that's it. Don't ask for anything else. It's not actually 2K. There's a website called 2KMT Central. Is it like a, what do you call it? Like an emulated, like, version of the game or something like that. So we lose back-to-back games to the Cardinals. Is that what it is? Breeze, like an emulated version of the game or something. Let's try to avoid the sweep at home. We do. We win 8-2. All right, so you guys can just kick rocks. I don't care enough about this deal in order to make it happen. So, all-star ballots. Who are your all-stars for the Arizona Diamondbacks this season? So we have not a single pitcher. We have Guy Garibay. And that's it. So we have one all-star, and it is Guy Garibay. Futures. Oops. What about the futures? We have Rickabaugh. We have... That's it. We have one future. It's like a database. You don't actually play... Oh, gotcha. Okay. Interesting. So we went 8-2 going into the All-Star break. We're 4.5 games out of first place. 55-38. Palmares homers again. So he's starting to come on here a little bit in July. 7 games, 286, 310, 714, 3 home runs, 5 RBIs in 7 games. I'll take it. Lujan 2 for 3. Vissamon goes to 7 and 4. Woods Richardson 2 and 2 2/3 shutout. Caleb Freeman ends the game. Did he make it? I didn't see that. And of course I friggin' deleted it. But he deserved it. He certainly deserved it. Yeah, he made it. You are right. 2028 All-Star. Certainly deserving. 55-2. And we picked him up as a waiver claim at the beginning of the season. He pitched 200 innings in Tacoma last year to a 136 ERA plus, and the Mariners tried to waive him. I mean, he's had 2 great seasons in AAA, and they tried to waive him. So, I mean, maybe he ends up in our rotation here before too long, but he's been great for us. All right, so we got the draft tomorrow. Player designated for assignment. Oh, Ethan Small. Okay, you can go there. Let's get to the draft and figure out what we're going to do with that number 1 pick. Marquez wants to resign. What does he want? I mean, $1.7 million is reasonable for a middle reliever with those ratings. He's extremely popular. We will get a fan interest bump. So let's talk to Marquez. I don't want to offer him. Let's offer him 3 years with a vesting option. Let's just make it like 100 innings or something like that. Something that he won't make. Let's do 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. Cool. All right. So it's not going to hamstring us at all, and we should get a slight fan interest bump when he signs it. So that'll work. Dennis Santana. Traded to Milwaukee for Juan Perez Chica. Draft time. Okay. So, Molina's stuff has gone from 55 to 60 since we last scouted him. 21-year-old, 6'2", 205 pounds, 4 elite wipeout pitches. If he ends up 80, 50, 50, I mean, he's an ace for a decade, assuming he can stay healthy. He's durable. High work ethic, high adaptability, high intelligence. I feel like it's a no-brainer. Let's just look at Villa. Yeah, Villa Gomez, 18 years old, ground ball pitcher, great stamina, but he's 18. The other option's Will Munoz, who, again, doesn't really have a position, but is transcendent with the bat. So, you guys tell me what you think we should do. Molina's the way I'm leaning He's probably only like 2 years away from majors. Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, he could go to the majors with 70-40-40, or really 70-40-30 if he needed to. But my only hesitation here is that he only has 50 stamina. But, I mean, that's passable as a starter. You started to get back to out of the park 22 base game a bit. Good. Did you see that they're not selling any of the old versions anymore going forward? It's the first time they've ever done that, I think. I don't remember ever seeing them send something out that says they're not selling any of their old games anymore. I think the option is Molina. I think Luis Molina is going to be the top pick. He wants $10 million. But when you get an opportunity to draft a potential, ace for the next decade, I feel like you have to take it. We've talked about how we need pitching for ages. I think this is the way to go. I think Luis Molina is going to be the top pick in this year's draft. Let's head to our next pick. And there are still some good pitchers here. There are still some good pitchers. Wow. What about hitters? We may go pitcher. Ooh. I did not think Danny Magana would still be there. He's also probably only 2 years away, and he only wants $1.8 million. High work ethic, high adaptability. I mean, if that home run power ends up as a 50, and he ends up as 80 contact, 80 gap power, I mean, that's a great bat. Good range. He's passable as a second baseman as well with that range and that turn DP. Yeah, Danny Magana is going to be the number 2 pick. Oh, there's some good players in this draft, man. I think we take Magana. And then we will hopefully one of those pitchers will still be there with our next pick. Edgar Romero is still there. He's not bad. I mean, I don't know that changeup's ever going to develop into anything. I mean, it would be weird to see an 80 potential changeup not develop at all. Independent leagues on. That's cool. I was at an independent league ball game last night, actually. And I'm going to be at another one on Wednesday. Edgar Romero is interesting. High loyalty, high adaptability. He's got a long way to go. And if that changeup doesn't develop, he is a number 4 or number 5 starter. I dropped my phone. If that changeup doesn't develop, he's a number 4 or number 5 starter. If that changeup does develop, I mean, he's a number 3. I like him. Let's see if there are any bats I like more. So Tony Jones is still available. So is Josh Wright. He's impossible, though. Tony Jones. What is he? Where does he play? He's 6'2", so I guess he could play first. He could play left. Wright's high. Oh, right, he's impossible. So it becomes Tony Jones or Edgar Romero. Goes to Georgia Tech or committed to Georgia Tech. What game did you... Huh? What do you mean? What game did I do last time? Like, what game was I at yesterday? Is that what you're asking? Sorry. I'm not following. I want Romero because we need pitching. I just don't know that... I mean, I'm gonna take him. I'm gonna take him, and I'm gonna take the chance that changeup develops. If the changeup develops, he becomes a very, very... Oh, what? Yeah, it was the Chicago Dogs. They're in the American Association, so they play alongside like Kansas City Monarchs. They play against a team up in Fargo. There's a team up in Winnipeg. On on Wednesday, I'm going to be up in Milwaukee to do a game between the Dogs and the Milwaukee Milkmen. Got a catcher here, 17-year-old catcher. Good bat. Glove is, I think, good enough. Jaden Cobb. Again, good bat. Where does he? He's 6'4", so he's probably a first baseman. Justin Jackson looks okay. Renteria. He's impossible. We don't have enough money to take a shot at any of those impossible guys right now. Especially since our first round pick is going to cost us $10 million or whatever. Jose Villagomez. He looks okay. Decent outfielder. Out of Penn State. I'm taking him because we have the same birthday. Jose Villagomez is going to be our 4th round pick because we have the same birthday. Not the same year, of course, but the same birth date. That catcher's gone, which is unfortunate. Search for knuckleballers. All right, we got any knuckleballers? We do, right there. A catcher who can throw a knuckleball. Alex Alcaraz. Oh, it's a knuckle curve. Do you have any knuckleballers? No knuckleballers in this draft. Got a couple people who can throw the knuckle curve. But no actual knuckleballers in this one. Renteria. Yeah, Josh Wright, man. I'd love to take him, but just impossible. Just impossible to sign. Alex Robinson, I believe, looked like a pretty good. Yeah, high loyalty, high work ethic. Probably a left fielder. Never going to be great defensively. He's impossible as well. Yeah, I think O'Brien, 18 years old, high work ethic, baseball rat. Sure. I can get behind that. John O'Brien out of Northport High School in Florida. I keep coming back to Wright. I keep seeing all the ratings. I'm like, oh, right, I can't take him. We'll take Alex Robinson. Now let's go and let's take a look at pitch potential. Let's see what we see. 18-year-old. Yeah, again, if that changeup develops, maybe. Excuse me. Oops, there we go. 17-year-old Alex Banner, 50-40-40. Doesn't have a curveball, so that tells me those pitches will likely develop. We can take him. Xavier Castillo, no. Edgar Toro, no. Not a lot now. Let's go to fielding. Alex Bolden. I mean, he can't hit, but kid can field. Willie Fuentes looks okay. Sure. Decent enough hitting profile out of an 18-year-old catcher. Already has the glove. That works. Infield range. Let's take a look at some infield prospects. Julio Perkins. High work ethic. Yeah, he's not that good. Daniel Adams, he's 21. I mean, he's probably mostly developed at this point. Richard Arevalo. And there's not a lot of great talent left in the draft at this point. David McMillan I'll take a shot at. He's 21 years old. I mean, he's underdeveloped for a 21-year-old, but very good defensively. Very good speed. That works. High intelligence, low adaptability, low work ethic, bad range. I mean, that's a third baseman, but he's not going to hit enough to play third base. He can play the outfield. All right, we'll take Solorio. He can play the outfield. He could be a corner outfielder, I guess, or even a center fielder. Kara, no. I already looked at Mercado. I did. Yeah, the draft fell off quickly. We'll take Aravalo just because he's 18. The low work ethic kind of scares me, but, you know, what are you going to do? All right. Anybody left who has any sort of, like, single tool that, you know, maybe is... Riley Green, I mean, low work ethic, low adaptability, low intelligence out of a catcher. But he's 17. Maybe he'll grow out of that. Who knows? Juan Gomez. Sure. We'll take Juan Gomez because he's 2.5 stars. All right. We'll let the AI finish. And first things first, let's go and sign our hopeful new ace, Luis Molina. He wants $10 million. We will just go ahead and throw that money at him right off the bat. Next, we sign Romero because he wants more than slot. Now we come back and offer Magana what he wants. And we offer O'Brien. Now we still, I don't want to say we have plenty of money, but we have money. All right. So Luis Molina, a couple of years away. I mean, we probably start him in A-ball just because he's 21 already. Let's get to this next series against Milwaukee and then see if we can add a bat. See if we can add a bat to our lineup here. I don't know what sort of bat. All right, so Pomares is starting to hit. I want to give him that shot. I mean, he's 27. He had 36 home runs a year ago, so I have to think that he's going to start to hit. Jones, if I can find a replacement for him, great. So maybe center field. Yeah, maybe just an all-purpose DH, and then we have Devers as our backup first and third baseman, and we move on from Lucas Kelly, who's maybe Kelly is that. I mean, he's not ready. I mean, I shouldn't say he's not ready. His ratings are just as good as what we're getting out of Drew Jones, and Drew Jones is playing every day. Yeah, I mean, we need a bat. So what do we got on the trade block? We got Buxton. We can bring Carlos Correa back, whose ratings have held up nicely, even though he's wrecked now. William Contreras. We don't really need a catcher. Gavin Lux. We're not going to trade with the Dodgers. Polanco's making, again, $20 million is just more than I can swing. So, I mean, the Twins want to trade me Byron Buxton. Exercises his 10-5 rights. Okay. These guys are all making too much money. These guys are all making over $20 million. Like, I would love to bring in Kyle Tucker. And that's exactly what we could use. But not for that kind of money. Javi Baez, $17 million. Alec Boehm, $12 million. And he's not even that good. Nate Lowe, he's making 10. Is he really any better than Devers, though? I don't think he is. Ketel Marte's only making 5.7. Do we try to bring Ketel home? He's out for 2 weeks, but he can't be that expensive. What? Okay. So it's a money thing. Well, you're not getting any of those players for him, so just cool it. If we bring Cattell back, he becomes our designated hitter. His team option for next season at 5.7. Can we do this without giving up, like, real talent? You just need a little bit more. All right, let's submit that. See if we can bring Cattell Marte back to Arizona. Game 1 post All-Star break. It's a 7-6 loss. German Marquez signs a contract. And for those of you who are hanging out looking for drops, I'm not sure what the issue is. I'm not sure why we're not getting them tonight. I'll talk to Chris and see if he can hit up the guys at OOTP. We should be getting drops. We've been getting them for a year now, so I'm not sure why tonight it's not happening. But I will talk to Chris and see what we can do for next week. So, all right, so they're willing to do this for almost nothing. So you want Orrin Abbott? Sure. Submit that. So we lose the first game out of the All-Star break 7-6. We win 6-3 there. Garibay with another home run. Vissamon goes 5 1/3. Freeman gets the win but blows the save. He and Flores both homer. All right, so the deal's accepted. So let's figure out how we're going to make this work before we actually approve it, because we're going to have to find a home for him on our roster somehow. And I mean, Kelly is the obvious answer, but he's actually hitting. So, yeah, we'll take a look here. So Garibay 3 for 5. He homers again. Bailey homers. Bullpen does their job. All right, so what can we do if we try to turn Kelly and Rickabaugh? So Magana signed. That's nice. So let's disable that. Let's start him in A-ball. Morales, where is he? He's in rookie leagues. He's got to get moved up to A-ball as well. Sorry, I'm just bouncing around as I see stuff here. Brown is in A-ball. He's in high A-ball. He's probably fine there for now. So what can we get? We've already sort of looked at this. So we sort of have a decent idea as to what we can get for these two players from a pitcher perspective. What about the players that are on the block? You don't really need a catcher. Palacios looks okay. He's put up a 384 OPS, but we don't really have a spot for him. Verdugo I like, but he's making a bunch of money, $22 million. MJ Melendez, he's insignificant, but again, we don't really need a catcher. All right, so let's do this. Let's complete the deal. All right, so Cattell Marte, fan interest increased noticeably. He's out for another 1 to 2 weeks, so we will start by putting him on the disabled list. We'll just leave him there, so he'll be out for 19 days, which is fine. Gives us some time to think about any other moves we want to make, especially if somebody gets hurt or something like that. So let's see how the final, we got a 4-game series here against Milwaukee. Let's see how this goes. Another win, so 3 out of 4 out of the All-Star break. Lujan 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Drew Jones 2 for 3, 2 RBIs. Lawler with a couple of hits. Rodriguez picks up the win. It's pitching, I think, at this point that we need. I mean, that being said, our starting pitching is frankly, it's been fine. It's 4th in the National League. We get Mazur back in 3 weeks. We get Stogner back when? In 8 weeks, so end of September-ish. So when we bring Marte up, what are we going to do? Is it Flores who goes down to the minors for... I mean, it'll only be a little bit because he comes back in 3 weeks, so it'll be like a week and a half before rosters expand. So, all right, let's get through here and see if we need to make any further deals. So 2 against Minnesota, another win, 8-2. Garibay hits his 30th home run of the year. Lujan hits his 20th. Drew Jones, as I start to talk about replacing him, starts to hit 2 for 4, 3 runs knocked in there. DL Hall pitches well. He wants a lot of money too. Yeah, see, that's the other thing, is we're sitting on about $35 million for next season. Grayson Rodriguez, his contract is up. Balazovic's contract is up. Freeman's contract is up. Sixto Sanchez's contract is up. DL Hall's contract is up. So our pitching staff could look very, very, very different next season. We may end up re-signing a couple of these guys. We lose 11-6. We may end up re-signing a couple of these guys as we get close to the end of the season. Okay, so Marte is still hurt. We don't know when he's going to come back. I like the $5.7 million option on Ketel for next season. Play him as a DH, replace Devers with him. Garibay 2 for 3. He's got 96 RBIs already in 100 games. Lawler 2 hits. Bissaman goes 4 2/3. Yeah, that's stamina. Marquez has pitched much better since he signed that contract. Look at that. 7 1/3 innings of shutout baseball. Freeman not pitching well. Game 2 against the Dodgers. It's a 5-4 win. So we're 4 games out of first place, 21 games over 500. Guy Garibay just continues to absolutely destroy baseballs. 50 and 157 is what he's on pace for. Absolutely ridiculous season for him. Calderon, Woods, Richardson continues to just pitch amazing. Meyer blows the save but gets the win. Balazovic gets the save. Game 3 against the Dodgers now. It's a 4-1 loss. DL Hall wants to come back. I'm not against bringing you back, but not for that kind of money. So we'll see what happens in the offseason. Final game of the series against LA. It's a 9-3 win. So we are, what's our record this month? 14-5. Wow. 14-5 this month. 2 hits and an RBI from Lujan. He's up to 20-60. So yeah, that power. I mean, he's on pace. He's literally on pace for the same season he's had year after year after year. So, and we are going to get him for about half the price next year, which will be nice. Lawler's at 288. Devers, a little bit of power. Has 15 home runs. Hall strikes out 10. All right. So we know we have Ketel Marte coming back at some point. Who's really underperforming? I mean, Drew Jones is not hitting. He's not hitting, and he's not really fielding. I mean, if we could figure out a way to get a center fielder, that would be great. Did we sign Molina? We did. All right, good. Let's disable that. Let's put him in A-ball. Yeah, he struck out 12 in 5 1/3 innings in his rookie league debut. So we got Molina, Morales, and Magana all in A-ball. So 3, this is going to be nice. 3 players in their very, very early 20s who are about ready to go. Locke we need to call up. Cardenas we can enable AI promotion. Is he ready to go up yet? No, I think we leave Jason Brown in high A-ball for now. Ben Mwad is hitting the ball. 301, 385, 493. Pitch starting too, so he's two-way player. Any of these guys ready to go? I think Zamora's probably ready. We'll put Zamora in the DSL. And we will disable AI promotion. These guys are not ready yet. All right. So, yeah, I'm bouncing around there a bit. So, I mean, again, pitching is probably our biggest need. I wouldn't mind moving Calderon back to the bullpen, but we get Mazur back in 2 weeks. That being said, what do we have for pitchers? Any starters? There's Bads. He's out for 5 to 6 weeks, and his ratings have dropped. Cade Cavalli, he's out for 3 months. Garrett Cole is making $36 million. No, I'll pass. Let's talk about Matt Allen again. Something we approached at the very beginning of the season. Couldn't make it work. Are they willing to talk now that we're getting closer to the end of the season? They have to retain almost all of it. So they want Johnson, Morales, Ricobot, or Zamora. Well, tough. You can't have any of those players. All right, let's just start with this. Start with that, see if we can pick up another pitcher. So we got 5 on the road. We got a 5-game road series against Colorado, including a doubleheader on the 25th. Another win, so we get a no way. They want one of our best players. It's just not going to happen, guys. It's just not going to happen, so stop asking. Araujo changes it to where they only want Garibay. You guys are just ridiculous. Avila. Do we want... I mean, if we do this... If we make this deal, that's... Marte slides into Flores' role. All right, so they'll retain. So they'll take that without him. Will they take it without him? Okay, so I think I'm okay with this. Luca Reyes, fine. So they'll send us Matt Allen. We will send them Juan Flores, which is fine because Flores' spot on the roster will be taken by Marte when he comes back. We send them Manny Avila, who's a 2-star pitcher that we drafted in the 8th round. He's injured. He's fragile. Araujo, who was an international signing who just didn't pan out. Still looks like he could be a relatively useful bat, but not really what he was when we signed him. And then Luca Reyes, who's pretty much a maxed out backup style outfielder. So essentially it's Flores for Allen, all retained, and I'm totally okay with that. So there is our pitching upgrade. Or our starting pitching upgrade, I should say. So I think... I mean, Calderon has been good enough that he deserves to stay up, but we don't have a spot for him. That's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go here. Matt Allen. So we have 14 pitchers now on the big league roster, but that's fine, given that we have a double header today. All right, and then we get Marte back at some point. So we got a double header. We win one, lose one. So we win the first game 6-5. Pomari's a couple of hits. Devers a couple of RBIs. Vissamon goes 4 2/3. He can't even pitch 5 innings. Long term, he's a reliever. If we can improve our pitching staff, he's a reliever long term. And then we lose the second game 6-4. Gunnar Meyer has to get the start. All right. It'd be nice to get Marte back sooner rather than later here. But we'll keep plugging along with 14 pitchers. Another game in Colorado. (6-2) loss. We've lost our last 2 games. make it 3 in a row. There goes Melendez for 2 months. More pitcher injuries. We've lost 3 straight going into a 3-game series with the Padres, which isn't really what you want. But all right, so who do we call up? And we're waiting on. We'll call Lausch up because at this point we are waiting on Marte to come back. All right, so we've lost 3 in a row. Allen hasn't started for us yet. All of our starting pitchers are tired. Let's do this for now. Let's put Carlos Calderon up there. See if he can pull some magic out of the hat here against the Padres on the road. Nope, so that's our 4th straight loss. Not ideal. Calderon. All right, so Matt Allen's getting the start here against you. We've lost 4 straight. There we go. We win 7-5 in 11 innings there. Lawler 2 for 5, 2 RBIs. Lawler and Jones both homer. Allen goes 5 1/3. Not terrible. Balazovic blows it, and then the bullpen has to come in and shut it down. So we're at the 30th. Got Kumar Rocker pitching against us here. Okay, so... Okay. All right. So not a great end to the month. We finished 17-10, which was tied for our best record in a month here so far. But we were 15-4 or something like that. How's Molina doing? Made 1 start in high A ball, 4 1/3. He struck out 8. Yeah, he's still got some time. He still has some time. Let's give Hugh Fisher some run. Let's call him up from AA. We'll move Chase Shores up to AAA. We'll call Fisher up, and we'll put him in as a specialist / middle relief. It's the deadline. I don't think there's anything else we need to do. I think we sim the day, we look at our stats, and we call it a stream. Oh, the Red Sox are making us a trade offer. They want to send us Jaron Duran for Lucas Kelly and Juan Dominguez. You can kick rocks. I am good with that deal. So we don't have any games here, so let's go ahead and sim through this one. All right, so we are into August. We are 65-46. We're 6.5 games out of first place. Adam Azor is now not healing as quickly as we would like. What is our trainer doing? I feel like he should be better than this. All right, well, it happens. All right, so let's look at player development. South Scene gets a little better. Edgar Romero, who was the other guy we drafted, he gets a little better. We will disable his promotion. We're going to leave him in rookie ball. Man, I hope that changeup develops. He looks like he could be a pretty damn good pitcher if that changeup develops. Nothing too outstanding. Ricky Arroyo looks okay. Hitter of the month in the AL, Mike Trout. In the NL, it's your very own Guy Garibay. 368, 495 on base percentage, 21 runs knocked in. Pitcher of the month in the AL, Manuel Veloz. And in the National League, Lance McCullers. AL Rookie of the Month, Sebastian Belanger. And in the National League, Jonathan Lopez. All right, so we are 65-46. We're 2 games behind the Giants, 6.5 behind the Padres. We are 3 up on the Braves for the final wild card. We are 7 up on the Cardinals for the last wild card spot. We have a crap ton of injuries to our pitching staff. That's 5 pitchers that we anticipated being in our pitching staff this year on the injured list. We'll get Mazur back at some point, hopefully sooner rather than later. We get Ketel Marte back at some point. Stick him into the lineup immediately and sit down Rafael Devers, who we will not pick up his option at the end of the season, so that'll save us $10 million. We re-signed Patrick Bailey, who's put together a really nice season for us. We signed him to a 3-year, $15 million contract. He's put together a nice year for us. Let's just do it this way. So Guy Garibay, 5.5 WAR through July. Julio Lujan is at almost 4 WAR. He's having a great season as well. Patrick Bailey, 3rd on our team in WAR. Jordan Lawler, a nice bounce-back season after a difficult year last year. Tamar Johnson, 24 years old now, having a really nice, solid, full second season. Average is up. On base is down a bit. Slugging is way up. Yordis Valdez, this is all defense. I mean, his bat is a noodle. But as long as the offense continues to produce, we can carry that noodle for now. We have a couple of options close-ish. And we could always call up Southacene. I don't know that his bat would be any better. It might be slightly better. Jacob Reimer, if we want a bat, he can hit, but he can't really field. We've got Juan Locke, who's a little ways away. So we got a couple options that are getting there. Kyle Huckstorf having a good year. In limited playing time, we have him more as a backup now, and he's hitting 14 home runs, having a much better year than last year. Lucas Kelly hitting over 300. Drew Jones not really hitting, not really fielding. Center field is an option we may look to upgrade as we move into next season. Gomez not really hitting, not really fielding. Well, I guess his fielding's probably fine. Yeah, I mean, his framing is a little bit below average. Devers, the 1-year thing, we're going to move on from him, and Pomares is not hitting either, so we may shift the lineup around a little bit once we get Marte back in there and move him down. The pitching staff has been an absolute surprise, on the positive side. We're getting some really good performances from a lot of people. I just wasn't expecting it. DL Hall's been terrific. Visamon's not really pitching much. He's giving us about 5 innings a start. Matt Allen, we just brought him over. But our bullpen's been really good. So nothing really that stands out, but nobody who's been negative value. And that for us is huge. So we don't have any more money for this year, which, that's fine. We have $35 million. We're still drawing over 40,000 fans per game. Our minor league system is 3rd, and that doesn't include the number 1 overall pick. So I think we're in good shape. I think I came into this episode not feeling great. How do I view everything like stars? I do 20 to 80 with stars as their overall and potential. 20 to 80 for their ratings, and then stars for their potential. I think, like I said, I came into this not feeling great, but things have been good enough. Our pitching staff has been good enough. Our offense has been really, really good. I don't know that we're ever going to have enough to compete with the Padres. But, make the playoffs, get a fan interest bump, maybe get a loyalty bump, maybe get a market size bump, and go into next offseason with a little bit of money to spend, along with a couple of young pitchers that potentially will be studs down the road. So I think that's it, guys. Do I know what increments of 5 mean? Yeah, it means. Yeah, what it means is that on a 20 to 80 scale, you're going to have 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, so on and so forth. So it's increments of 5 from 20 to 80. So 20 to 25, 25 to 30, so on and so forth. So that's going to do it, guys. A bit of a shorter stream, which is good because I'm exhausted. So I'm going to call it like your play. Yeah. So like Guy Garibay, 65 out of 65. His eye and discipline is 65 out of 70. It couldn't go from 65 to 68. It would have to go from 65 to 70. Right. Yep. That's exactly what it means. So, guys, I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me tonight. Next video will be up on Wednesday. This video, I'll send it over to Chris once I'm done here. He will post it probably tonight or tomorrow morning. Next video will be up Wednesday, and that will likely be September. I'll probably sim through August offline, get to September. We'll come back next episode. Hopefully, we'll still be in the playoff race, and we will do September and hopefully some playoff baseball. So, Breeze, Josh, NS, guys, thanks for coming and hanging out with me and keeping me company here tonight. I will see you all next Sunday. Have a good night. Have a good week. See ya.